Jesus, precious Jesus, your presence makes me whole. Jesus, precious Jesus, your presence makes me whole. Let's go to the book of Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews 11. I'm looking at line 24. Hebrews 11:24. I hope you're there. By faith Moses, when he was grown up, refused to become the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a time, esteeming the reproach of Christ greater than riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he looked for a recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. Through faith he kept the Passover, the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch them. Amen. I want you to note this word as the beginning. Where is that? By faith Moses. Where is that? When he was grown up, he refused to become the son of Pharaoh's daughter. By faith Moses, when he was grown up. Zenu zinasema nini? Sara yako inasema? Nasema hivyo. Okay. Yako inasema hivyo hivyo. Miss. Okay. Kuna mtu ako na tofauti? When he was come to years. All right. Somebody else? Hakuna ingine. Yako inasema nini? When he had grown to maturity. Now, I want you to note that word. By faith Moses, nafikiri last year, but one, is it last year? We dealt with that, is it? Huh? Last year, but one. Okay. There are several stages I want you to note of growth. Stage 1 is from one day to 3 years. When a child gets to 3 years, you get to a stage of differentiating things. Differentiating things. That is when you learn to talk, is it? That is when you differentiate this and that. That is when you can be told, go and bring, and you go and bring because you know a cup different from a plate. That is when you have a difference between a shirt and a dress. Okay. So at 3 years, the girl knows this is a dress, this is a shirt. And the training of that child is different because you are training him to know things. That's why when you go to kindergarten, they write the cup. Jug, a cow. So that is how you train that one. Then from 3 years, you come to 7 years. 7 years, that stage is another stage of maturity. That stage, you differentiate from right from wrong. You start differentiating what is right from what is wrong. Right from wrong. That is when now you are taken to school day. Because when you're told this is wrong, you can comprehend what is being wrong. When you're told 1 + 1, you can tell the difference of numbers. But at 3, you can only be told this is 1. This is 2. So that you may know 1. And you may know 2. Stage 7, you started differentiating between wrong and right, and the things that pertain to that area. Then stage 12 years. That's the next stage after that. This person moves up to 12. 10, 12. By 12, you start knowing yourself. Not that stage, knowing yourself. Kiri, the other time we dealt with those stages, and but sometimes you do not understand why you have to go back to nursery to be told all those stages. But as we are praying, I hope you are understanding why you need to know those stages. At 12, you know yourself. That is when you start exploring yourself. That is when they start saying you can be given something to do. That is when you start exploring this gift from that gift, and you can tell the difference. So it's a stage you start knowing yourself. It goes on like that. Knowing yourself goes hand in hand and being able to use yourself. Knowing yourself, using yourself, doing things. Because at that point, when you're trying to know yourself, you are knowing very many things. You know this, you try to use it. You know the other, you try to. So it's knowing and using yourself. Trying to. It's a stage by itself. At that stage, you do the exploration and you try to implement. I don't know whether you understand that. That is the stage where a young girl atatafuta kwenda kuchoma nywele bila kupelekwa kuchoma. The other years ni mama yake anampeleka, na kama mama ana hiyo, sasa yeye hata sumbuka, hata isipochanuliwa hana shida. Lakini akifika miaka 12, hata wakati tulikuwa kule Vishagi ya kukua, wanaanza kuteboa mikebe. Yako ulichoma na mkebe? Ambui, ulichoma na mkebe? Natoboa mkebe ili achome nywele. Ulifanya? Wewe ni .com sana Okay. Ilikuta wakati wa mama wanapeleka wasichana wao saruni. Okay. Sawa. Natoboa mkebe. Because she want to become that person. She show. Na wanamejua vile sinachomwa so they can implement. It's a point of knowing and trying to implement. That stage has its own things. Then from there, it will move up to around 25 years. Though that stage is divided into two. Kuna up to 18 years. Then kutoka pale inaenda to the upper class. Kuna the lower class and the upper class. So, up to 25. Now, at 25, that is when you start building. You have now to be left alone. You now have to be sent off. So you must start building. That is when you start running to build. Have you got it? You start running to own things. You have moved from exploring yourself. Now you want to make sure